Hey guys, welcome back to Garden in Greece. We're in February now and we're going to start putting in all of our new garden beds and amending our current garden beds. So we thought it was the perfect time to tell you what our favorite fertilizer / soil amendment is. We're going to tell you why it's our favorite and some detailed specs about it and why you might choose to use it. All right. So I'm not going to make you wait until the end to tell you what this amazing product is. Our favorite fertilizer is alpaca poop. Yes, alpaca poop. This is a great organic product. These are the alpacas that are making the fertilizer for our garden. There's many reasons why alpaca poop is our favorite fertilizer. One of which is ours is organic. The alpaca farm near us feeds their alpacas organically, so it is a completely organic product. It doesn't smell. The very first day we picked it up, it was soupy. They literally scooped it up out of the barn area and it was a little stinky that first day, but there's literally no smell to it after that. And if you have your own truck or have a friend or somebody that can go with you to pick this up, a truckload of alpaca poop for us was only $40. And I know there's a lot of other farms that would be glad to get rid of their animal waste for a really reasonable price as long as you can come pick it up. We ended up buying this truck this weekend and we are putting it to use already. Needed a truck for the homestead. Call it a big rig. Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, big rig.
The big rig. We were thinking Old Blue. What do you guys think? Old Blue or the big rig? And I wanted to mention that even if you can't get a truckload of any manure, a lot of places will do bucket loads or bag loads of the manure, depending on where you go. And a really great place to find it, even if you're like, oh, I don't know any farmers, go on Facebook Marketplace. I have found so many people that are selling bagged truckloads, buckets of manure. So it's a really good resource. That and probably Craigslist. Oh, and before we forget, if you guys haven't already subscribed, why don't you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and hit that like button. Thank you. Another really cool thing about alpaca poop is it is not a hot manure. Alpaca poop is considered a cold manure, so you can literally put it directly onto your garden beds around your plants and it won't burn them. It has a relatively low NPK, but it's not low in the sense that it isn't filled with nutrition, because it is. It is filled with nutrition, but because it's organic, it is a slow release. From all the research I've done, pretty much on average, they say that the NPK is a 1.7, 0.69, and let me look at my notes, and 1.2 NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Now, it's also a ton of trace minerals and nutrients in this. It slowly breaks down. If you look at a package of synthetic fertilizers, the numbers are really high, like 20 or something like that. Those numbers are generated based off of pretty much essentially the instant release of nutrients. Synthetic fertilizers are a quick fix. They instantly feed your plants. Organic, like cow, horse, all of the manures are considered a slow release fertilizer. So all of the NPKs are lower. Just like if you looked at even packages of organic fertilizer product that you purchase, they are a slow release and they have a lower NPK rating on them, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to feed your plants better than a synthetic product. It's just not an instant quick fix. All right, the work of unloading all of the alpaca poop into the garden bed. This is one of the in-ground beds we're installing at my dad's house. We got some pretty intense clay here. This was amended a couple years ago with some garden soil. And he's gonna start gardening again. So we gotta work this soil really well.
Now, we put this directly into our garden beds. We don't compost it first. And because the alpaca digestive system is very efficient, you have very few weed seeds technically. Now, this one did come with a lot of extra hay and straw in it. It came from the barn. So I'm not sure how this batch is gonna go, but I'm not actually worried about it. And the chickens love it. Can you tell? They're having a blast. This is filled with worms. Worms love alpaca poop. There is some information out there that says that any animal manure should be composted before putting it into your gardens, not for the fact that it's going to burn your plants, but for the reason of killing off any pathogens. We don't do that, but that is something that is suggested that people do. And you can compost it, essentially layer it. This is very nitrogen rich essentially, and then you would put carbon rich, whether that's dried up leaves, cardboard, paper products and stuff like that, and literally compost it to get it up to temperature. I'll put the temperature on the screen.
All right guys, this is our favorite fertilizer, but I suggest before you use any fertilizer, you do your own research and don't take our word for it. This is also not the only fertilizing product that we use in our gardens. I have a small tub of about, I think, 4 or 5 bags of other products we use. Each of them serve their own purpose at certain times within the garden. And honestly, I have at least one of them purely because up until recently, we didn't have access to go get a large truckload of alpaca poop. And I would sometimes have to depend on a bagged granular organic product that I could use to amend my soil. It was still organic and slow release. Not everything we use is organic. We're not a purely organic. I find a need sometimes for a fast-acting synthetic fertilizer. You just sometimes need that quick release of food to your plants. So we don't completely advocate for just organic. We are concerned about people using what works for them when it works. And we're not trying to say that anybody is all right, all wrong. Everything has its use at the right time. And I realize that not everybody is gonna have access to a farm with alpaca poop or any other kind of animal manures, but most of the big box stores have bagged composted manures like Black Cow, and I'm sure there are other brands out there, and we've used them and they work. So if you want to use an animal manure, don't have access to a farm, you can pick up a bag of that and try it out for yourself. Hey guys, I hope this is helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. And if it was, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. And let me know in the comments, what is your favorite fertilizer or fertilizers to use in your garden? Thank you for watching Garden and Grease. Have a good day, guys.